So about a week or so ago, I did my first Walmart Spark delivery shift here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And since then, I've learned 9 things I want to share with you about driving for Walmart Spark. But I'm even thinking, do I even want to do this thing again, right? Do I even want to take another shift? I want to talk about that. Stay to the end of the video. That's point number 9. So let's get into it. So point number 1, and that kind of doesn't matter for some apps, that does matter for some of these side hustle apps. Well, for Walmart Spark, your metrics actually do matter. So for instance, looking at metrics here, detailing their acceptance rate. So pretty straightforward, right? Your prospective requests and the percent of times that you actually accept those assignments. Well, take a look here. Specifically, it says a higher acceptance rate helps keep you prioritized to receive offers. That's literally being prioritized over other drivers. And this got me thinking of similar kind of benefits with DoorDash's Top Dasher. And we can see here with that Top Dasher program, it says, enjoy priority for high value orders. So these are larger orders, and they're also orders that have a total order value of $30 or more. So it doesn't guarantee you'll get a higher tip, but a lot of times DoorDash says it may have a higher tip on these high value orders. So remember that acceptance rate and some of these metrics matter on Spark. We're going to touch on that in a little bit. Point number 2, a scan label shown here is pretty important to ensure a smooth pickup and a drop off. So when I did this first shift, I'm delivering, right? You're doing these grocery drop-offs or merchandise drop-offs, just depends on what kind of order you're doing. And I need to scan a tag, a label to really confirm the pickup. And then I need to scan with the same label, the same sticker to confirm my drop-off. Well, this label needs to be placed on one or more of the actual bags, because what you're looking at here is just the loading bins. A Walmart associate, they'll roll out these bins with the grocery bags. They'll load them into your vehicle. Make sure they attach some of these stickers to one of the grocery bags. Now, you can continue and confirm the delivery at drop-off, but you don't really technically want to do that. So again, scan label, pretty important. And then for point number 3, because I am a rookie, this is my first ever shift, let's turn to you. Some of the hacks that I learned from you, our team members here. So Pro Freedom 1001 states, I use 2 medium to large plastic storage bins you can buy in Walmart for about $10 to $15. You can have one in your trunk and one in the back seat. This helps with cutting down the back and forth from your car to the customer's door/drop off. Load up the bin with the plastic bags and make maybe 1 or 2 trips if you have other larger items. This also helps separate 2 orders if you get more than 1 Spark order. Appreciate you watching and commenting that. So I learned this. Again, we're talking about what I learned after this first shift. I learned this because on this delivery, it was an XL delivery. Take a look here, like 118 or whatever items. And that translates to a lot of different Walmart bags, which means I was making a trip from my car to the customer's front door. I mean, it was right there. It wasn't a far walk, but I'm going like to the car, to the porch, to the car, to the porch, probably 5 or 6 times. I like this hack. Number 4, something that I was anticipating before this shift, but was definitely confirmed after this first shift, is simply commuting miles. So yeah, commuting miles, the distance from wherever you're starting your business, drive and what have you, and your nearest Walmart or Sam's Club. Think about that. Think about how close, or in my case, how far these locations are, because you're going to have to drive there, obviously, to pick up the goods and then deliver to the customer. Realization number 5 is that customers can adjust their tips up to 48 hours after the service. Now, it depends on what type of order you're doing. A .com merchandise run versus these online grocery runs. So whenever I'm driving on an app that has this, like food delivery, it's Uber Eats, that customer can adjust a tip for 1 hour. So now we're talking 24 hours, upwards of 48 hours. So what does that mean for you as a driver, right? Well, mainly that customer service matters, because if that customer knows they can adjust that tip and they had a bad experience for whatever reason, you're just mistreating the groceries, whatever, you're sloppy upon delivery, well, now they can take part of that pay basically away from you. But conversely, that also means that good customer service can be rewarded as well. Customers can add a tip after the delivery has been made on those grocery runs. So again, customer service matters. The sixth thing that I learned after my first Spark shift is that there's different order types, and you should have different strategies for different order types. So take a look here directly from the Spark website, and actually their website for Spark drivers does have some good frequently asked questions and more. And it says, are there different types of orders? So we can see round robin, there's first come, first serve, and then there's bonus pay. There's surge pay here, similar to some other apps here. So the round robin, it's offers sent directly to you, first come, first serve, self-explanatory. So I kind of thought of this like Instacart. That's really the first thing that came to mind here, especially with those first come, first serve orders. It's the same thing on Shipt, these grocery on-demand essential delivery apps. That's if the metrics make sense as far as not a lot of miles and very good pay, if it's on a first come, first serve, and it'll say that, you need to take that as fast as possible. I would still look at the numbers, right, the pay, the miles, but as soon as you see that it makes sense for you, I would take it. Now with round robin, again, that's sent directly to you, so you do have some time to accept or ignore it. Speaking of ignoring, point number 7 is ignoring an order is better than declining. So take a look here. Here's an order request, and if I actually reject it, I'm physically clicking that reject button. I don't want it for whatever reason. Apparently, again, this is something that I learned really from you, our team members here, is I shouldn't be doing that, that I'm going to take more of a hit on that that valuable acceptance rate that we detailed prior versus just letting that timer run out. I appreciate the heads up. Again, the premise here is we are a team. I am just one person. I love learning from you as well. And by the way, if you're not a team member, make sure to subscribe, join the team here. And if you're getting value in this video so far, definitely drop a like. But yeah, that's a pretty weighted acceptance rate. Takes more of a hit if I decline versus if I just let that counter run down and ignored it. Okay, let's talk about some money here. Point number 8 that I learned is, from what I've seen really since I got activated, and I check the app really daily here, is there's some solid bonus pay on Walmart Spark that really rivals, I'd say, honestly, most every app that I've seen, at least in my marketplace right now. So check it out. There's $3 per delivery bonuses. There's a $5 per delivery bonus. And this is just as it sounds, right? An extra $3, extra $5 in every single order that I do. Now, do note if you have multiple customer drop-offs on one pickup, it all just counts as one cumulative order. You'll just get that bonus one time. But to see a, let's say, $3 to $5 per delivery bonus on, let's say, food delivery, that's more rare, at least here in Pittsburgh in my marketplace. Do comment down below if you agree with that. If $3 to $5 would be pretty good compared to, let's say, food delivery. Now, I will say, at least from what I've seen here, because again, Commuting Miles, we talked about that, is those runs might be a little bit longer on Spark versus some of those food delivery runs. But your mileage could definitely vary there if you do live pretty close to a Walmart or a Sam's Club. Okay, well, at the beginning of this video, I've just done one shift. I had to drive down there and all of that. I saw just one order request, and it actually was a little bit slow. So point number 9 that I learned after that first shift is, surprisingly, it is still worth it. I say that because I am really ideally looking for side hustles. It's a simple pickup. It's a simple drop off. I'm not a big fan of in-store shopping. Shipt has it, Instacart has it. Now, keep in mind, Walmart Spark does have that. And you can try it if the pay makes sense and the mileage right and the time that it's going to take to shop for those items. But I don't have to take those if I don't want to. And I think it's super convenient. Again, I just have to go there. It's loaded in my vehicle for me. Thank you to those Walmart associates that do it. And then I simply have to do a drop off. It's very simple. I don't have to do a ton of multi-stops per hour, like let's say Amazon Flex, where I'm doing, 6, 7, 8 stops or more per hour because I'm on a shift. And speaking of shifts, I don't have to schedule a shift. We talked about the bonuses. The bonuses were good. And really the only thing for me is those commuting miles. But that's certainly not to say, don't write off the platform just because it's further away from me, right? That doesn't make any sense. You have to, again, understand where are the Walmarts, where are the Sam's Club, and then look at some orders for yourself. But the bonuses are good. The working on the actual app, it was super easy. And hats off to Walmart here because I've driven on most every side hustle app that there is. In some, the user interface is not as intuitive, it's not as clean, as easy to follow. Every single screenshots and step, in my opinion, driving on Spark was very easy, a good amount of information, cleanly laid out. So I'm going to give it some more tries, some more shifts. You're definitely going to want to see it because I feel like there's a lot of interest around Spark right now, maybe how it compares to food delivery, to Amazon Flex and more. So again, if you're not a team member, I do invite you to subscribe here. And if you are a team member, as always, shout outs to you. So Walmart Spark, yes, no, your questions, comments about these points and more, let us know down below in the comments. And if you did get value in this video, would appreciate it if you drop a like as well. And you can also click or tap screen here for my newest video, as well as a video recommended for you. And I'll see you in the next one.